English translation 549th contact Christmas, Tuesday, the 25th of December 2012, 20 o'clock hours.
Hello, Enjana. I heard you calling just now when I was in the kitchen. Thanks for coming so quickly, and apparently you have already received an answer to my questions. Welcome and a warm welcome. It is also good that once again an official conversation is being held, because you, Florina, and I have been talking privately most of the time over the past years. Actually, I thought you and Florina were coming here together today.
Greetings also to you, and many thanks for your welcome. Florina had to leave at short notice, but I can also answer your questions because I have been informed about Ptah a few minutes ago. He has consulted our linguists and has put forward your questions to Florina and I this afternoon respectively about the concept of stupid and stupidness. So Ptah instructed me to give you the answer of the linguists to your questions and to explain them to you.
This is fine, thanks. But to help you understand what my questions were about, for later, when the contact reports are read, I have written them down here. If I may still read it to you?
You can, because it is probably important for the readers of the contact reports to know what our conversation is about.
That is correct. Then well, here I wrote. How should we translate the terms dumb, respectively dumbheit, into the English language? In English you only know stupid, stupidity, ignorance, silly, silly mistake, or also dumb, dense, dull, fool, respectively foolish or simple-minded, for example, for stupid. There are also terms such as idiotic, brainless, and blockheaded. But none of them really say what the German term dumm or dummheit is really about, respectively, which explains that dumb and dummheit refer to a lack of intelligence. Only the term stupid, and other words that are wrongly used in English for dumb or stupidity, is wrong, because stupid means as much as stupid or limited. Boring, monotonous, and dull, but also lack of interest in consciousness, limited consciousness, respectively, limited intelligence, and stupidity. This is far from being stupid and lacking in concepts, but only a factor of a consciousness sluggishness, which means that there is no more and no less than a sluggish thinking, which has nothing to do with intelligence. In principle, intelligence is to be explained by the insight and understanding through the intellect, respectively, whereby reason and the ability to reason and logic also play a decisive role. The human beings, who are respectively limited in their consciousness and heavy in their awareness, cannot be called stupid because they are basically completely normal in their intelligence and are well educated in their profession or otherwise in their professional and general knowledge, etc.
According to our linguists, this corresponds exactly to what you read out, because they explained that stupid, respectively stupid, corresponds to darkened consciousness, and therefore to a lack of respectively weak intelligence, which you must also translate into the English language as lacking or weak intelligence.
Thanks, Enjana. It is an honor for me to hear that I am not wrong with my assumption. Basically, however, it is simply regrettable that such a primitive means of communication for lack of intelligence, as English is used as a world language that is binding on the world, instead of the widely understood German language, which is the only one of this valuable kind apart from Swiss German. As I learned from Ptah's father Schwath, and later also from Simyase, Quetzal, and Ptah, a pastor's son of German origin was the crucial point in the USA's choice of English as the official language. If it hadn't been for the idiotic German-born and sectarian son of a priest, Frederick Augustus Conrad Muhlenberg, the German language would be spoken in the USA and around the world today. Regardless of this truth, this fact is slanderously presented by American fanatics as a conspiracy theory. In truth, Muhlenberg was not only a fanatic of English gibberish, but also a secret follower of the colonial rulers hated by the people, against whom the American people had successfully rebelled in the War of Independence. Well, The fact is that a popular vote on the official language of the United States never took place, but that it was only conducted secretly and without a protocol record by the main committee of the House of Representatives. On the 9th of January, 1794, a petition was submitted to the U.S. House of Representatives by a large group of ethnic German immigrants from Virginia, demanding the publication of legal texts in German translation. The reason for this was to help those immigrants who were not yet familiar with English, or only poorly so, to find their way around better and faster with the laws of their new home country, the USA. However, the motion was rejected by the main committee of the House of Representatives by 42 votes to 41, because the German-born, bilingual Speaker of the House of Representatives, Frederick Augustus Conrad Muhlenberg, was the decisive factor. As a fanatic of the English language, he wanted English to be adopted as the official American language under all circumstances, which was known to many people. He then dishonestly encouraged and seduced a member of the House of Representatives to vote for English as an official language, which he also did. But in order to avoid being considered a traitor to the language in the House of Representatives and among the people, the son of a clergyman abstained from voting himself. Thus the election was decided according to the majority vote bought by Muhlenberg, and consequently, a single vote decided that English was introduced as the official language. And since Muhlenberg refused to take part in the vote as Speaker of Parliament, it was therefore his purchased vote that decided everything, because he himself abstained from voting. But since the whole thing did leak out into certain circles, fanatics of the USA and the English language denied the truth, and were upset that the whole thing was just a conspiracy theory, which is still claimed by similar fanatics to this day.
That is also what we have learned from our history books dealing with these events. The learning of these things is a duty for all of us players if we want to carry out missions on Earth.
Yes, I know, because Zawadin explained it to me.
So he did. Good. But now, my duty calls me again, and I have to go.